Test 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2 3 4. Test test test.
Test 1 2 3 4. Test.
Okay, so that sounds good. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing tonight? I'm gonna throw some music on. Turn this off. Some chill music. Guys, welcome to the Stock Talk stream. If you guys have any stocks you want to go over, any questions at all, just drop them down below. We're gonna be having a fun night tonight. A lot to talk about. A lot going on in the stock market this week. I'm pretty excited. I got a bunch of stocks on watch. A lot of good deals out there. I gotta add a couple more that I'm looking at too. That one, this one. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, you can drop them down below. We got a lot of good stuff to go over tonight. I'll probably wait a few minutes before I go through the actual list. But if you guys have any questions now or stocks that you're interested in talking about, we can go over that. But yeah, I think the stream on YouTube is looking good. So if you guys want to see what my screen looks like, you can go to my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio. Go click over there and you can check it out. But yeah, if you guys don't have any questions or any stocks you want to go over, I can start naming off some that I'm looking at this week. If you guys didn't see my latest video, I went over some top stocks that I'm looking at this week. They're names that you probably haven't heard of besides Planet 13, which is a good one. Hey, like, I'm worried because I'm going down in the stock market a lot. Down in Workhorse, Riot, and DraftKings. Okay, so those are all decent names. For one, Workhorse, I'm not a huge fan of, but I like the price that it's at right now. I think that it has a lot of upside to the stock itself. I think you're in a safe bet for this one. Obviously, you may be holding it for a little while, but don't worry. That's a decent name, and once the electric vehicle sector starts taking off again, starts moving, I think Workhorse is one to start moving again. It just got beat down with earnings, and they didn't get the contract, so that's both negative catalysts there. So I wouldn't be too worried with Workhorse. Just know that your capital is going to be left in there for a little while. Riot and Mara are both Bitcoin plays that I'm very bullish on, and I think they're going to be up on tomorrow for sure. I think Riot, we can get back up to that $50 area within the next week or two for sure. It's starting to look like the signs of reversal already, so I wouldn't be too concerned with Riot or Mara, as Bitcoin plays are great for the long term, as how I look at those ones. And then DraftKings, I think DraftKings has been definitely one of those that have been strong throughout 2020 and into early 2021. I think there's still a lot of upside potential with this one for sure. As of right now, yes, it's getting pulled back from recent highs of that $74 back in March. But it's not a bad stock whatsoever. I think it's a great company, and I think there's a lot of long-term upside with this one. Again, one of those that you may have to wait out on a little bit, but there's a lot of price targets to $100 plus, and I see this getting back to $80, $90 within the next month or two, as long as everything starts to reverse and go back up like it was before. But I think DraftKings is another solid name you could have in your long-term portfolio, but just know your capital may be left in there for a little while. Let me pull this up. So just hold, because I'm already down almost 20% for each. I mean, it's up to you. Again, long term, I think you're definitely fine with Riot and DraftKings. Workhorse could go either way, but I think for the most part, I think you just got to wait it out with Workhorse a little bit longer. Riot, I think you could see it turn around within the next week or two, and depends on your price on these. And then DraftKings, that one, again, maybe a little bit longer, but I'm more confident in DraftKings being a long-term winner, so I wouldn't worry too much about DraftKings at all. But it all depends on when you got these, and how your average is, and if you want that capital being stuck in there. But yeah, we can go over Vuzi as well. Guys, if you're interested in seeing what my charts look like, you can click the link in my bio and head over to my YouTube channel. I'm streaming on there right now. I'm not sure if anybody is watching, but if you are watching, okay, so I do have a viewer. What's up, viewer on YouTube? I'm showing my screens right now here. on YouTube. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. But yeah, we can go over Vuzi real quick. Okay, so Vuzi was a strong one throughout 2020 into 2021, as we know, and tends to bounce off this 180-day SMA line. For you, one viewer on YouTube that's watching may be interested to see this, but Vuzi is one that tends to bounce off this nice 180-day support level. But we're currently hovering around that area. I would look for Vuzi back over $24 and hold that $24 area before getting an entry. And then I think if we could break above $24, I think we could start to break out through these previous resistance levels at 25 and even into the 26 area, which is a little choppy. And from there on, I like Vuzi for the long term. I think there's a lot of upside with this one as it still keeps on chugging away and is still looking strong overall. So Vuzi, it's a strong name, and I like this one. I think there's a lot of upside with this one for sure. But again, they have earnings coming out, looks like May 10th. So that's something to take into consideration too. But yeah, I would look at Vuzi to take an entry very soon. If you're going long term with it, I think right now is a great entry position. I think there's a lot less downside than there is upside. So Vuzi is a good one. Guys, if you have any questions, comments, any stocks you want me to go over, drop them down below. If you guys are interested in checking out what my screens look like, head over to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, click the link in my bio and join my Discord. CCL, yeah, we like our cruise line stocks. And let's go over those real quick. So CCL, I see this as a good long-term winner to be having in your portfolio. If we pull back here to the past year, you can see that it got beaten down, obviously, with the whole COVID pandemic, but we are still very far away from previous levels, pre-COVID levels. We're trading at $30 right now, not even 27. And I think once we get through summer's going to be huge. They just talked about how cruise lines are going to get a revamp of new cruise destinations, and what was it? They're filled out some bill that cruise lines are able to start moving again throughout June, July, and August. So this summer is going to be big for cruise lines. I see this $30 area being an interesting level to break through. And once we can get through this $30 level, which we tested multiple times, there's a lot of upside. Previous highs, $50 plus. We'll definitely get back to those previous highs. It just depends on when and how long you want to keep your capital in something like Carnival. But I think this is a great cruise line, and I think this will get back to pre-COVID levels. Just depends on when. So it's a good name. I would keep CCL for the long term for sure. Can I also get your opinion on ARK? Yeah, ARK Invest. There's a lot of good there's a lot of good ARK investment stocks out there. She's really good at what she does, but right now a lot of the stocks that she goes after is getting beaten down, so that's why they haven't been performing as well as they did throughout 2020. So just keep that in mind, but I think there's a lot of good ARK names out there. NIO is another great electric vehicle car company name. NIO. You're hearing about this name now, and you're going to be hearing about it for a while. They just reported very, very good earnings, caused Tesla to rise as well, and overall had a good day for the EV sector on Friday. NIO is a good name, especially with the chip shortage right now. They're still performing, and they're still expected to outperform within the next several quarters and years. NIO, I think, is a steal at this point, being down at $40. I think if you could pick up some shares here and you're willing to hold through some choppiness throughout the rest of the next couple of months, we're going to get out of this rut with EV stocks. And when they start taking off, this is the type of name you're going to want. You're going to want your NIO, you're going to want your Tesla, you're going to want your GM, your Ford, you're going to want all these big names in your portfolio for electric vehicles, and NIO is one to keep. Skills and FRX, can't really talk about FRX too much. And Skills, I'd see a price target back to $25 in this one. Got beat down too hard. I think it was too overhyped back at 40, and then when it was in its 40s, even 30s. But I think I could see this back to $25 within the next couple days, or not days, couple weeks to months for sure. It's already starting to show signs back up to the upside, and we're holding above this blue short-term SMA line. So honestly, I'm a big fan of Skills. We do have this resistance and support, so we'll have to keep watch on Skills. Oh wow, we got a lot of stocks. DFEN, Jumia, and HOV. Okay, so all big names. Let's go over all of these ones. But guys, if you're interested in checking out what my charts look like, head over to my YouTube channel. My link is in my bio. I'm streaming on there, so you can see exactly what charts I'm looking at and how I'm dissecting these stocks. And if you guys are interested, click the link in my bio and join my Discord. I have my morning watches every single morning where I post the top stocks to watch out for. So it's always a good time over there. Go check it out. But let's go with DFEN. Yeah, let's check out DFEN. And then, yeah, I'll go over my stock picks for May because I have a whole list of stocks that are very, very beaten down and cheap right now. But DFEN, what is this? What is this one? What was it doing here? Why is there no news on DFEN? I'm not sure what DFEN is, but got beat down, obviously, during the COVID pandemic, looks like, and is recovering right now. I'm not too sure what the company itself is, but on a shorter term scale, we could see that the overall company is doing well, is showing an uptrending overall movement since about late last year, and has been doing well ever since. So DFEN looking strong so far. I don't see a reason to really sell it as of right now. I think there's still a lot of upside with this one. Not too sure what the company is itself. Jumia, yeah, that is one that has been beaten down, and if you look at the chart of Jumia, I gotta open this one up a little bit. You look at the chart of Jumia, you may question yourself and think, wow, this is not a good position to be into. If you are into it, it looks almost like a pump and dump type stock. And you'd be wrong at that, because Jumia itself is a solid, strong e-commerce company in Africa. And if you're bullish on e-commerce, which you should be, yes, Africa may not be the strongest area, but there's still a lot of good businesses and high quality areas that are looking for e-commerce type shipments and accessibility, and Jumia is definitely outperforming the whole market over there, but they just haven't been reporting well, and I think that they have a strong future ahead of them. We just got to get out of this rut. It's been beaten down, it's still getting beaten down, but I think we're starting to find the bottom around this $25 to $30 area right down here, and I think once we can bounce in this area and start uptrending again, I think Jumia is a stock that you want to be holding. You see an ascending triangle for the FEN. We can go over that again. But HOV was the next stock on our list. HOV has been a strong mover. Wow, I didn't think it kept on going after that. I heard about it a couple weeks ago, but yeah, so it's a strong mover right now, but low on volume for sure. But you know what? I like how it's been trading. Just got to keep note that it is very, very overbought on the RSI, and it's trading very, very high right now. So just keep that in mind. But overall, I think I would like to see a pullback before an entry. This 125 area looks interesting. Let me pull this back down. Yeah. So, I'd like to see a drop back below that 125 to 120 area for back to an entry. If we can get it below 120, that's even more of a steal on HOV. We can go over my stocks picks for May. Yeah, for sure. You see an ascending triangle in DFEN. Let's go back to DFEN, and then I can go through my stock picks. But keep dropping the stocks down below. I'm interested to see some of these names. So far, I haven't seen anything that's too crazy that I haven't noticed already before. But sometimes you give me some good stock picks that I'm pretty interested in. Let's draw out what we got going on here. Okay. So I see what you're talking about with the ascending triangle for DFEN. I'd like to see a pop somewhere soon around, yeah, $20. Okay, so with DFEN, I see what you're talking about with the ascending triangle. And looks like we meet within the next couple of trading sessions around that 2250 area. Looks very, very interesting. And I think if we can break out above this resistance of $23, I think there's a lot of upside with this one for sure, with DFEN. So watch for a break above $23 for an entry on DFEN. Opinion on OCGN. OCGN, yeah, that one's been, it's always been crazy to trade OCGN, as you can see here on the 180-day chart. Do we have anybody on YouTube? Have any watchers? Anybody at all? No, we don't at this moment, but that's okay. With OCGN, though, if you've probably seen the chart or followed it before, if you commented about it, OCGN, yeah, that's a strong mover in the past. It has multiple opportunities for lots of upside movement with this one for a day trading opportunity, and had a strong day on Friday. Ran from about $11 up to $13.37. So my opinion on OCGN is when there's news within the sector or the stock, that's when you play off this type of stock. I wouldn't hold this one. Way too choppy, but there's so many opportunities where you can trade this in the pre-market and as market opens with OCGN. There's a lot of opportunities there. So the OCGN is one of those stocks, just like SNDL, that I want to keep on my watch list to trade off of. It's one of those that I would only day trade off of. Technically, not technically, but I personally wouldn't want to hold this one overnight. But with OCGN, keep this on your watch list. Next time it does run up, next time I see it in the morning, I'll put it on my watch list, for my daily watch list on my Discord server. give people notified about UCGN, because this is a strong runner, and when it runs, it runs. So it's a good one to call out. So thank you for that one. I like OCGN to trade off of, basically what I'm saying. I was looking at October 30th for what for DFEN. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad call. I think this one has been strong. Let me go back here and see. Now, what the company does, what is this? The direction of what, though? What is this? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what DFEN is. Let me pull this up here. What is DFEN? I'm starting to realize it's just whatever. Yeah, so it's a daily aerospace and defense. Oh, okay. All right, so I think, yeah, you're good with this one for sure. $30 by then. Yeah, I think we'll probably see it start to take off. I think the whole aerospace sector will start to take off anyway within the next 3 to 6 months. So honestly, I think I would be pretty bullish on this as well. The ascending triangle also is showing lots of upside with this one as well, especially if we can get break over that $23 area. There's a lot of upside, but we've been showing lots of strength on this one, and I would say buying the pullbacks, and that's not a bad call on that one. So yeah, that's a good one. WY. Okay, so this one plummeted. Looks like it plummeted on earnings. So this is another strong one. Haven't seen this one in a little while. So this one's another strong one that I would say, you know what, it's reasonable enough to say we could buy on the dips on this 50 EMA line right here. So with that being said, our 50 EMA line touches that $36 area, which is also looks to be a little area of support. So with WY, I would look for an entry around that $36 if we can get back down there. It depends. We close higher on the day, up near $40. So definitely some support near that bottom of that $36, $37. So watch this one. I'd like to see it pull back down to that $36, $37 area with WY. Option of GM and Peloton for the long term. I know they have earnings this week. Okay, Peloton. That was one of my ones that I have for the stocks to watch out for this week, as it's a very, very cheap, good deal right now. This $100 area of support is strong. I see it going back up to $120 easily within the next couple weeks. This is one that I would bet my money on for sure that it's going to go up. Earnings, I don't know what to expect from earnings, but I think either way, if we get beaten down, I think that's a better buying opportunity with Peloton, ticker symbol PTON. But I would look options of GM. Yeah, GM, I think they got beat down too a little bit. Yeah. So GM's another one. Oh, they bounced back though. So I think it's trading high, but I think there's a lot more for it to go. I think the GM's a good, solid company to have. I would look definitely, like you said, long term with these ones with GM. Because who knows? It's been trading very, very strongly, so we don't know if that'll continue. But depends how they do throughout the next several months and looking forward. But Peloton, I like Peloton a lot. I think that $100 area of support is very, very interesting and something to keep watch on for. And then with earnings this week for Peloton on the 6th, what's that, Thursday? I think it's Thursday. Yeah, I'd be bullish on Peloton going into earnings. But again, who knows? They've been beaten down, which is also a good sign. So we'll keep watching Peloton. Nikola puts for lockup expiration. Wow, I don't even know what Nikola's trading at. Oh my gosh, we touched single digits on Nikola. You guys, we touched single digits, 937 for a low a couple trading sessions ago. Wow. It's crazy. This thing was hugely beaten down. Yeah, so with this one though, I don't want to say I wouldn't bet this can go any lower, but now we're talking like, how much lower do you think this could actually go? Yes, the company's basically screwed on every level you could possibly think of, but guys, we're already trading down at $10 a share. This thing's been beaten down, and honestly, I mean, I don't want to say it, but this one could be very short. This should be short squeezed at any moment in time right now. So I'd be a little concerned on this one to try and short down here. I mean, yeah, it could go lower. I don't know how long you're looking out for a put on Nikola, but I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't short at this level. I think you'd want to see a bounce before anything. It tends to do this thing where it runs up and pulls back hard, runs up and pulls back hard. So next time you see it run up on news or there's just a sector in general, that'd be the perfect time. If the sector in general runs up, the EV sector, and there's good news, and Nikola just somehow runs up off of it, that's when you take advantage. Because it's not the company Nikola that's doing well, it's the sector. Then from there on, you do puts on Nikola, boom. I mean, then you have the opportunity because it seems like it pulls back hard, takes off hard. It's a very choppy play, but it makes good money. So watch Nikola to see how it trades. I'd like to see it pop up before you add a put on that one. Eyes entry. Yeah, let's check out Eyes entry and a price target. So Eyes. Okay, so we did trade this one in the past. It's a name that I'm pretty familiar with. But looking at this chart, let me look a little bit. 20-day. Okay, so I see that we bounced at this 670 area. That's an interesting area of support, and we're holding. So let's see how it opens up tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, let's check out market futures, and then we'll go back to Eyes. Market futures are looking, Dow is up 91 points, the S&P 500 is up 12 points, and the NASDAQ is up 30 points. So overall, we're looking green in the morning. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can hold that way for the morning. But with that being said, Eyes, we'll keep watching this one. If you were to take an entry here at $7, you would have basically 30 cents worth of downside, and roughly, I'd say we could get back up to that 750 area. So not a huge upside to downside potential. Where we're trading right now, if we don't have any news that comes out, this is a slow mover and pretty choppy. So I wouldn't guarantee anything crazy off this one. If news comes out or anything gets it going and spikes it up like it has in the past, which is very well possible, I could see it jumping back up past $8, $9, even $10 like we were in the past, because this tends to spike on news and tends to run when it does. But as of right now, nothing's been happening with the stock. It's been really slow, so I wouldn't be too interested in trading this one. It's just not a lot of upside versus what there is to downside, and with no news coming out about this is one of those that I would only trade off of anyway. So let's wait for news to come out about it in the pre-market or sometime, and then once we get that news, depending on what the catalyst is, it could be really good and could have it turn into what we had before, or it used to run up. So we're gonna watch on that one. Yeah, both have earnings Thursday. Yeah, so Peloton, yeah, I'm keeping watching that. I like that $100 area of support. I'd be interested to see how Peloton does going into earnings. Part of me says they're going to have a great earnings, but the other part of me says, you know what, everyone's going back to the gym, stuff is starting to reopen. Is Peloton really going to be needed as much anymore? Yes, it's a great company. I like the idea of Peloton. I think they're one of the strongest leaders within that sector, in that area of work. So long term, I think you're fine, but be careful with this upcoming earnings with Peloton. We'll just have to keep watching that, just because I don't know how it's going to be doing. But we'll keep watch. Guys, if you haven't already, join the Discord, follow me on my TikTok, or well, follow me on TikTok, you already watched me on TikTok, but join the Discord, check out my YouTube channel. All those links are in my bio. I'm gonna post in the Discord real quick, just tell everybody that I am live right now, so if they're interested. Normally I go live at 8, but right now I'm going live at 7, so a little bit early. I don't want that. Yeah, we can go over NNDM. That one was beat down. I think it's still beaten down pretty badly, but let's go over that one. I'll go over it 1 second. I'm not very interested in what stacks are making this week, or if you have any questions. Okay. So, what are we looking at? Oh yeah, NNDM. Let's go over that one real quick. Oh, how are you guys doing? How's your night tonight? Oh, who do we got in here? We just got 2 of you left. Leggings for sale. Okay, looks like you're a little startup company. Nice. I respect that. Small startup. And then we got Mike Bono. Okay, so Mike, I'll answer your question about NNDM in 1 sec. Because that one is one that I was in a while back when it was doing really well. And you know what? I didn't think it would have been beaten down back to single digits. If you told me a couple months ago that NNDM was going to be beaten back down to $7 a share, I mean, I would have thought you're crazy. This is another solid company that I would have seen holding up strongly, but it just got beaten down with the overall market in February. March hasn't recovered and has been one of those laggers, really. But we're seeming to find, we seem to have found a support near this $7 area, and we're getting close to that again. So if this is what you're talking about, if you're looking to get an entry into this one, I would take my bets and say here's not a bad entry point. You got support $7, and you got resistance really back at, I would say back at this like 850 area. And I think if you can break above 850 on this one, you have some more running up to go. But again, this is one that's been lagging and has been downtrending. So if we break through the $7 and we keep on falling, we could make lower lows in NNDM. So in that point, I would say I'd be careful holding this one too long. But again, with that $7 support, if we can bounce off of that and start creating higher highs off of that, I would say, you know, this is a great swing trade opportunity here, and I would take this advantage at this price with NNDM and the company that it is and what they're expecting in the future. They're also doing earnings May 12th, so keep that in mind. They have earnings. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, Conrad? How you doing? Did you get into Robinhood? Any stocks yet? I think you told me you were trying to get into it, but if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm just going over some stocks right now. Small little group tonight, but yeah, but with NNDM, I would say my price target, if we can bounce off this $7 area, I say we get back to this $9 area if we can bounce here at $7. But again, it all depends. If we test this $7 area and go lower, then you're in uncharted territory basically with this stock, and you're creating lower lows at this point. So I'd just be careful. But $7 support, $9 resistance. From there, you can figure out, I mean, kind of where you want to enter. It's kind of hard to say with this one, though, because it's just been beaten down. And it's a solid company. I don't know how long you've been following this. NNDM, Nano Dimension, it's not a bad company, but it's just in a rough category right now. So, yeah, no problem. Guys, if you have any stocks or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Planet 13, have any of you heard about it? Plug Power, we'll talk about that one. We can talk about our Bitcoin miners, Riot and Mara. Those are strong ones. We can talk about Google and how they're crazy with their earnings. We can talk about Square. It's kind of been choppy lately. Amazon, why did they stock not split? I was looking for that stock split. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely was for that one. Coinbase is holding at $300 levels. I told you guys in that YouTube video that I made that when it dropped down below 280, I'm picking some up. And here we are, bounced around that 277 area, and now it's holding around 300. It's still showing down. We're still downtrending overall. We haven't bounced back above this area of what I would call our trend, around $306 for our 50 EMA line. So until we get back above really $310, I say we're still downtrending. And that's the pattern we're looking at right now. What's the pink beverage? It's some good old lemonade. Nothing too fancy. Just some lemonade. Switching it up tonight. Normally I just drink water. I'm pretty boring when it comes to drinks. And you know, I'm just having some lemonade right now because I like certain like different beverages. Like iced tea. I'm big on iced tea. I like lemonade. Like, I don't know. I'm not big on soda. I'm starting to get in coffee. I don't know about you guys. Starting to get into coffee a little bit. What about you guys? You guys big coffee drinkers? You have any go-tos for Starbucks or Dunkin' or wherever you go? We could talk about coffee drinks. We can switch the stream over from stocks to coffee. The beverages, no soda, yeah. I know it's crazy, but like, once I stopped drinking soda, I never went back. And I mean, that's not crazy. I shouldn't say that because a lot of people have been saying that. And it's kind of this thing where once you stop drinking soda, I mean, most people that I know don't go back to it. It's just, I don't know. I never got back into it after, but I'm getting a little bit into coffee. Tilray. Ooh, yes, Tilray. I think Tilray and Aphria are both those stocks that you want to be holding. Yes, they've been beaten down, and I don't know why they're still moving down. I'm going to be honest. This is kind of a joke at this point, how low they are right now. I think Tilray and Aphria are leaders within their sector, the cannabis sector, if you were to invest in one company. At this level, at $18, let's take a little look at what we're dealing with here. So yeah, so I would say this $15 area where we bounced off of for a quick second is a nice area to be bouncing off of, but we do have earnings coming up on the 10th, which is not this week, but the following week. So I'd keep watching that, but look at Tilray. We're starting to get back above that 50 EMA line. We're starting to show signs of reversal. So I think my next target would be to be back over 20 bucks. So if you take an entry here at $18, I see downside all the way back down to the $16 area, so it's $2 of downside. But if you take an entry here and we look up to the upside, I see basically $2 of upside. But if we can break through 20, I see this moving back up to this $22 area. So at least based on what I'm looking at here. So basically with Tilray, you can look at $4 of upside, $2 of downside with upcoming earnings, which I think is going to be a good positive catalyst for Tilray, especially how much has been beaten down. So look at Tilray to be one of those companies that you can add here at 18 bucks. Just know when to cut losses. That $16 area, if we test that again and can't hold $16 on Tilray, I would get out or at least take out part of my position. And then either that or you could add at that area if you're really watching for a bounce. But if it breaks through 16, I would probably end it there because this definitely could go lower. But that's on Tilray. So again, $4 of upside, $2 of downside with an entry around 18 bucks. But if you're in it right now, I'm not sure what your situation is, but if you're in it right now, just keep watch for buying opportunities or cutting losses if it starts to pop, whatever your opinion is and your outlook is on Tilray. But Pixie, yeah, let's go over Pixie real quick. Oh, your average is 50? Oh, I'm sorry. 50? Okay, well, I don't want to say that that's bag holding, but that's really bag holding. At that point, you won't see $50 for a little while. I'm going to be honest, you're not going to see $50 for a little while. Unless we have a huge run-up in the overall cannabis sector, which very well could happen. It could happen this week, could happen next week, who knows? That's one of those things that are just when sectors start to take off, they go crazy. EV sector, cannabis sector, e-commerce sector, whatever it was. So, yes, you could see Tilray start to run up again and really get going if the overall cannabis sector starts moving. But, man, at $50 a share, I would look to either average down or maybe get out next time it starts to run up a little bit. I mean, if you're long-term with it, hey, I mean, just hold on to it because it eventually will get back up to that price point. Eventually. This is a strong, at least long-term outlook of the company. Personally, that's what I see it as, and based on what they're expected to do. But yeah, so that's my little spiel on Tilray. But Pixie, so Pixie's one of those that I like to day trade, and I think it's a great trading opportunity for sure. But again, don't be stuck in these. Do not hold overnight in these types of plays. This is one of those that I get in, get out within minutes, hours, or even seconds. So with Pixie, and with that being said, let's wait for more news to get out on this one. If you're in it already, yeah, not a problem, man. I feel bad saying that your average is 50 and with Tilray because, yeah, you're definitely holding a bag, but don't be worried. It's a decent company, and you'll be back up to that price point eventually, so I wouldn't be too worried. Just know when to cut losses, or just know when to manage those type of risks next time. That's all you got to remember to do. But don't worry about it. You're not in any sort of gambling situation here, so you're decent as of right now. Just keep watching for news and any overall sector news. But yeah, with Pixie, this is a pump and dump type of situation where it tends to run up on news. So keep watching this. If you're in Pixie, I would look to cut losses soon because I wouldn't want to be stuck in this at all. This could completely keep on going down to sub-dollar price point. But again, this is one that we watch if news comes out. We follow the news, we follow the catalyst. I put it on my watch list in the morning. We look out price points and price targets, entries, exits, and we follow it. And this is the type of stock that runs up with lots of hype, lots of volume, and this is good to trade off of. So Pixie, yes, we want to keep this one on our watch list, but off to the side. We don't want to overthink this one with Pixie because it's definitely not one of those that I want to hold overnight and want to be stuck in. So that's with Pixie. Just keep watching it. I would say hold on to just keep it in your back pocket for now. CTRM, yeah, that's been a nice runner back in February when everything else was going. The since then has been a dying horse. I hate to say it, but yeah, CTRM is now down to 50 cents. Hasn't been doing a whole lot. Ran up a couple sessions ago to about 60 cents. Pulled back. I'm not huge on CTRM. I mean, they did have that catalyst a little way back, which caused them to run up. But ever since then, there hasn't been a whole lot going for the company. So keep watching news. What what news did this come out as? Yeah, I don't know. I was just looking at news articles what they had. CTR I'm not huge on. I think there's other names out there personally, but not huge on CTRM. Job. Yeah, we can go over job real quick. Is there anybody? Okay. Yeah, we can go over job. Okay, so this is another one that looks like it got beat down. Has recovered since it's beaten down, but it's a slow recovery. So I don't know why they got beaten down, or really what the company is. I'm gonna be honest, never really heard of this one. General Employment. Is it just like a recruiting group? But nevertheless, I'm looking at this one with a 60-cent support area, and if we can break through 67, 68 cents, there's upside with this one. It's a slow mover, so don't throw your whole entire portfolio of cash in there. But if you're willing to take some risk with job, I don't mind. I think there's upside with this one. It's been a slow uptrender, and I don't mind being in these plays, especially if you have some just capital you don't mind just leaving it in there for a little while. So with a stock like job, I would look for that entry on the next little dip that you have, and then just leave your cash in there and let it do its thing, because overall it's been uptrending. It's looking somewhat strong, but let's watch for a break above 68 cents. And then from there on, we'll keep moving. Hey man, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thoughts on FRX merger company? Okay, let's go over FRX and see what we got going on there. Okay. Oh yes, this is Forest Road. Yeah. Who are they merging with again? FRX announced a merger with Beachbody and MYX Fitness. The company's first SPAC raised $300 million and included 1/3 of a warrant units. Okay, so SPAC plays have been overall just kind of beaten down and trashed, just because of what the media sees as SPAC plays as being kind of like scams and really, really risky to a certain extent. And I agree, but disagree at the same time. I think if you're a believer in the actual company and the merger is going to happen, then this is a good deal in the company. This is a good deal in that stock price. But again, you got to be a long-term believer in some of these companies, because when they do IPO and go public through these SPACs, they tend to be very jumpy at first, and then once they IPO, they tend to fall off and they trade way lower than the company's actually valued at, and it sucks because there's a lot more. This company may be valued way more than what it is right now, and it sucks because it's just a SPAC play as of right now. So I mean, we have this $10 floor that it seems to be holding pretty well. So honestly, FRX isn't a bad one to leave some of your capital in. If you're long-term in the company, hey, leave some of your capital in there, because there looks to be a bunch of upside for it. But as of right now, there's not too much going on. So it's one of those longer-term outlook plays. If you're long-term bullish on it, then FRX is not a bad place to put some of your capital into. CCIV, no recent news either for SPACs. Yeah, I haven't heard a lot on CCIV recently besides the rumors that were going around, but we've had rumors before that they were going to possibly do a partnership with Apple with their trying to do an electric vehicle thing. But again, I don't know if that's actually going to ever happen. They may do some sort of software combination where Lucid Motors and Apple come together and do some sort of software within the vehicles, but I don't think they'll actually do some sort of partnership with vehicles. I could be wrong though, but at this price, I think you have a lot of upside with CCIV and Lucid Motors. I think that once we get going with the actual merger news, there's going to be a huge run up into it, probably back to $35, $40 area. There's going to be a lot of short-term money, but it will be pulled back after the merger happens. And then from there on, it's all up to what Lucid Motors does as a company. And I'm bullish on the company long term. I think that it's going to be a great one of those EV startups that are going to do very well for what they projected at least. And as of right now, $20 for being in a company that's projected to do very, very well towards the end of fall and with their production starting. I think that this is definitely a company you could see back up to $50, $60 that will hold in that area by the end of this year, early next year. So there's upside with this one. Just know that you're going to have to leave some of your capital in there for a little while. What's on your watch list right now? So I do a morning watch list every single day in my Discord server. So if you're interested, click the link in my bio and join the Discord server. It's a free watch list. I send it out every day of the stocks to watch during that day. But as of right now, my stocks that I'm watching are, if you saw my recent TikTok, I'm watching HRTG, FSM, and Planet 13. or my top 3 that I'm watching this week is like cheaper stocks that I can see a lot of upside because they're trading at such a nice area of support as of right now. I'm also watching some of the green tech plays like Gevo, Plug Power, and FCell. I'm watching my Mara and Riot Bitcoin miners, as Mara and Riot are very, very strong as of right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the old cryptocurrencies starting to take off again a little bit. I'm also watching Square, Google, DraftKings, and then I'm watching Peloton because it's trading at a nice area of $100 support. I'm watching Netflix. That's a decent deal right now based on how it trades. It seems to get back down to this $500 area and bounce. There's a whole lot that I'm watching right now, but if you're interested, click the link in my bio and join my Discord because I send out the morning watch list on there. And those are the top stocks that I watch every single day, so you'll for sure be able to get some good deals on that. And most of the time, you'll find at least 1 or 2 of the stocks that end up doing well throughout that day on that watch list. So if you're interested, join the Discord, man. It's a good time. I'm starting to grow it a little bit more, but it's all up to you. I don't know if you use Discord or anything like that, but if you're interested in it and want to get that morning watch list, go right ahead. But there's a lot of names I'm here watching this week, and I'll keep watch throughout the week. But yeah, that's as of right now. That's what I'm watching. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Thanks, man. Hey, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. If you have any questions, again, just join my Discord and you can DM me. And good luck on the homework. Good luck in school. You got probably like, what, a month left, maybe? Depends on where you live, too, so. But good luck, man. Oh, gosh. Alright. What are we watching here now? Now it's just you and me. It's a little awkward. I'm just kidding. Normally, I get, the followers come in spurts. They join the live stream. I get like, I don't know, 8 to 10 people roughly on average, and then they all like go away, and they come back again, and I don't know, it's weird. It's probably like TikTok's algorithm and like how they help people find my content type of thing. It's weird. But if you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. What's going on, guys? Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I do my TikTok videos and I do the YouTube videos. I'm trying to post more on YouTube. Kind of grow a following on there. Because TikTok views haven't been doing well for me lately. So it's just, I don't know. Kind of sucks, but just trying to get, like, myself out there a little bit more, but it's been really tough lately. A lot of my videos haven't been doing too well, but I'm thinking, I always hear that if you do a live stream after you post a video, the video tends to get more views, it tends to do better, and tends to grow. I'm just trying to grow the community, you know? So hopefully this will help a little bit by live streaming doing the video, but we'll see. But I appreciate that support. You have any questions or anything like that? Like, I feel bad. Like, I'll answer any, I mean, even if you're just interested in anything, like, I'll answer any question about stocks, anything at all. What's it gonna do? Oh. What stocks are you watching this week? You watching anything good? I can give you some input on that. Maybe there's something I'm watching too. Oh, let's see. Hey, we got 2 viewers on the YouTube live stream. What's going on, guys? If you guys have any questions on the YouTube live stream, kind of forgot about that. You can comment any stocks you want me to go over, any questions at all. I'm just live right now, so I'm on TikTok too, so if you have any questions at all. Let's check out futures. Ooh, the Dow is up to 105 points. NASDAQ is up 31 points. The S&P is up 13 points. So, okay, so futures are still looking very green. That's pretty good. But yeah, for those of you on YouTube, if you have any questions or anything like that, I can go over stocks. I can answer any of your questions. Right now we're looking at what? GVO? Yeah, so we're looking at down here, 180-day chart. This is nice resistance here. Nice support and resistance here. I'd like to see GVO kind of pull back down a little bit more maybe, and then take an entry somewhere down here in the low 6s, and then have this 570 area of support. But I think this is a good amount of upside with some of these green tech plays. I like Plug too. Plug Power. I like Plug Power for the long term. And they're reporting the 6th. So that's what, Thursday? And we finally broken out of this downtrending channel, which has been a pain in the ass. I mean, like, it's just been downtrending inside of this channel for a little while. But we finally broke out of it, and we're starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel and starting to find that bottom there. What stock is blowing up this week? If I had to guess, if I had to look into my crystal ball and look and see, I think Peloton with earnings is going to be interesting, to be completely honest. Not even a joke. PTON, Peloton with earnings coming up this week could be interesting, trading at a nice area of support around the $100 area. So, excuse me. Peloton could look interesting coming into these earnings. I like this $100 area of support, so it'd be interesting to see what happens on earnings for that. What other stocks do I see blowing up this week? I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything really blowing up. If you saw my recent TikTok, you'll see the top 3 stocks that I'm watching that are cheaper. But for the most part, HRTG, FSM, and then what's up? And then Planet 13. Those are 3 that I'm really watching. Do you like DOG? Do you mean Doge, like Dogecoin, or just dog? Because I can look up the ticker dog. I'm not too familiar about this stock. I don't know what this is. This is some sort of weird... I'm assuming you mean Doge, like Dogecoin. And if you mean that, I like Dogecoin to have some fun money into. I think that there's money to be made in Dogecoin, for sure. But just be careful with what you're dealing with. I think that there's enough hype and there's enough people buying into Dogecoin that there's upside to Dogecoin. So I'd keep watching that. But HRTG, yeah, this stock right here, I really am interested in taking a position in this one tomorrow. Just based on what we have for upside to downside potential. I would say stop loss on me would be getting out at this 890 area, but then an entry back over this 940 area would signify a bounce, and I'd be interested in getting in a position HRTG with this one, so yeah. What else are we looking at? What do you guys on YouTube? Do you guys have any questions? I have 2 viewers and not a whole lot of conversation happening. I don't know if you guys are interested in any stocks or anything. I mean, I can literally answer anything, go over it. What is ChargePoint doing? Oh, it popped in the after hours. Must have been CNBC or someone was talking about it. ChargePoint's another one of those that once they went through the SPAC, it's been basically dead since then, so I don't know. But I like the looks of it long term. I think ChargePoint is a name that you should be holding. I think you're going to hear a lot about ChargePoint in the future, so... Hey, what's going on, guys? How about Amazon? So Amazon, I was very happy about the earnings. We'll say that. So happy about the earnings. I was really expecting a stock split. I was kind of upset. Wow, what's this wick right here? Huge green wick to the upside on Friday afternoon. I didn't see that. I don't know if that's a misprint or what it is, or blueprint or dark print, whatever they call it. Anyway, so I like Amazon. I think it's a long-term winner. But at $3,400 a share, I really wish there was a stock split with this one. And I think a lot of people were looking for that stock split. I mean, imagine a 10-for-1 stock split. That'd be insane. But I think Amazon is definitely a winner post-COVID. During COVID, it was a winner. I think after, within the next couple of years, it's going to be a winner. I think this is a name that you want to hold. There's price targets of 4,000 plus. So obviously, you're basically guaranteed it by analysts if you follow just what the analysts say. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. But there's a lot of upside to this. There's a lot of upside to Amazon. But I think you could see a pullback on this one. And I would like to get a good deal in it if I were to enter into this one. If I were in your position to enter into a position like this, I would look at Amazon at a cheaper deal than 3,400. I think we could pull back to even 3,300. And if we go 3,300 and get a market pullback back down to even $3,200 or $3,100, I think there's some good downward potential on that one. But just keep watch for a dip. I mean, I think you're at a decent deal right now, but I think that don't be fooled. Amazon tends to be a little choppy how it trades, so it takes off, and when it does take off, it keeps running. But I think Amazon, you can get at a cheaper deal for sure. I don't know what this print is right here, though. It jumped up to 3,600 on Friday afternoon. I mean, that wasn't earnings. Earnings was Thursday, and it jumped up, yeah, but then Friday it just jumped up right here, too. I don't know. What other stocks are we looking at, guys? What are we looking at this week? Palantir. I'm surprised nobody mentioned Palantir. Where's my Palantir bag holders? Yeah? I gotta back this up. Where's my Palantir bag holders? Strong morning for Palantir on Monday, or on Friday. This one's just been a boring stock. It's been interesting to day trade on, because it had these spikes every once in a while and drops for sure, but yeah. Yeah, not a problem, man. I like Amazon for the long term. I think it's a safe bet. I think if you're willing to put some of your capital in that, I think it's a good one. And I'm honestly expecting a split sometime this year, just based on what a lot of people are saying and based on what I see for the stock, and with Jeff Bezos stepping down from that position as CEO, I see Amazon doing a stock split this year. Just don't know when. Mara and Riot. How's Bitcoin trading? That's what we gotta look up. Bitcoin. How is Bitcoin trading, boys? Let's see. Oops. What are people saying about good old Bitcoin? Or Dogecoin, for that matter. Doge was running last night. Bitcoin is back up to 56.8. So yeah, we're getting back up there, and you know what? This is an interesting area. Testing that 60 area soon. We'll keep watching Bitcoin for that. Ethereum, have we broken 3K yet? Have we broken 3K? That'd be interesting to see. Ooh, we're getting pretty dang close. Ethereum, oh, getting close for sure to that 3K mark. I think we'll pop through 3K sometime this week on Ethereum for sure before it pulls back down pretty hard. But I like that. FSR for this week, yeah, we can go over that one real quick. Fisker, what do they have? The 10th. What is that, next Monday is earnings? Earnings maybe next Monday. This has been one of those that downtrending city has been plummeting all the way back down to this area, and honestly, if we pull back down to this $12 area, we could break through the lower lows, because as of right now it's looking like we're starting to turn back over with Fisker. So until we see some more news about this company like we did a little while ago to get it to kind of jump, I don't see this one being one of those that I would want to be holding right now. Maybe long term, yes, I see this as being a decent winner within the space, but as of right now, I'm not huge on this one. Just looks like it's a dying cat to me. So I know it's a weird analogy. Oh snap, my boy Jay is here. What's going on, man? How you doing? Long time no see. No, you're not late. No, not at all. I've been streaming. I mean, I have been streaming for a little while, so I'll technically say you are late. You are late to the stream. You weren't the first one here. We had a good viewing earlier, and then we dropped down, and now it's just like 2 or 3 of you. So it's been just kind of chill tonight. But there's a lot of stocks I'm watching. I don't know about you. Peloton, ticker symbol PTON, with earnings coming up this week. That's a big one, especially where it's trading at support area of $100. I like that one. Netflix is at a pretty good deal too. Netflix being one of our main plays. I like Netflix post earnings. They got beaten down, so I like where it's trading right now. We're gonna have BNGO. Yeah, we can go over BNGO real quick. Okay, so yes, okay, so I've traded off this one in the past. And as of right now, I'm not too interested with the way that it's looking. But as of a long-term play, I hear really good things about BNGO. $6 area of, even $6.30 dollar area of support looks interesting. But then again, if we can if we break through $6, we'll come back down to that $5 area. They have something coming up, earnings on not this week but next week. So I'd be looking for that. But BNGO, if you're in it already, like looking for the long term, then I'd say it's a decent company at this price. I hear good things about the company. I'd be interested to see what happens after these earnings. But yeah, but looking at the way the stock right now, I'd say if we can break back above this $7 area and start uptrending again, if we can break actually above. See, we tested our 180-day overall directional SMA line, and we got rejected from that pretty hard. So I wanted to get BNGO in the $5 range and hold for a year. Yeah, I think that'd be a solid. If you could get the $5 range, I think you're getting a solid deal. But again, I'd like to see it break through $6 first. Yeah, if we can break through $6 and then keep on falling, yeah, I think you could get back in the $5 range for sure. But we'll have to wait and see. Definitely watch how earnings plays out, because if they get beat down off earnings, you could get a quick deal on that one for sure. So yeah, I would keep watching that one. But yeah, guys, if you have any stocks you want to go over, drop them down below. There's a lot that we have to talk about tonight. If you saw my top 3 stocks I'm watching for this week, there's some good ones on there. Planet 13 is one that I think is going to blow up soon. They're going to be reporting not till the end of the month, I think. Yeah, so not till May 31st. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I uploaded 2 videos today. I did the Tesla one, which I briefly went over, like, the different trading channels, basically what Tesla is trading in right now. And then I did my most recent one, which is my top 3 stocks I'm watching for this week, which includes Planet 13, which I am a long-term bull on. So if you don't know much about Planet 13, look it up. I'd highly recommend it, personally. VXRT, but thank you for that support, Jesse. VXRT, let's go over that one. Oops, spelled that wrong. Okay, so yes, so, oh yeah, this one. Okay, so, oh, it ran into after hours, 2 on Friday. Okay, so I'd watch this one. I think this is one of those that is getting short squeezed right now, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I think it's just getting short squeezed, heavy volume. I saw this one, I think it was actually my watch list a couple days ago, but it seems to be it's continuing to run, and it's looking strong as of now, but just keep watching this one for a day trade tomorrow. I would watch in the morning to see how it's trading the pre-market. If you're in my Discord server, I'll probably shout this one out as long as we're seeing some movement in the pre-market. I'll put on my watch list right now to put on there in case we do see some movement or some news. But this one seems to give a lot of opportunities. Within the past trading sessions, we've seen lots of good run-ups, lots of good runs on our 5-minute chart. Clean run-ups. So BXRT, I'd watch for a day trade on. Not too sure what the actual company does itself. But last time we had a big short squeeze and jumped up to 25 bucks back in February when everything was getting short squeezed. So, you know what? We could see those numbers again, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. Do you think Tesla's going to go up soon? So based on where we're trading right now, I think Friday was a good pop. Big quick disclaimer, I have long-term bullishness on Tesla, so overall I see this being a strong company in the long term. The short term though, I see this as being an interesting level where we're trading at. If we can break above that $710 area and hold above it, that break and hold is going to be big. There's a lot of people looking for that breakout, so if tomorrow's a big day for Tesla and it keeps running, look for it to continue that momentum, and we don't really have resistance to that $750 area. So if we break through 710 tomorrow and can hold, I see it getting back up to $750 area and trading within that top channel. But tomorrow, if we start to see it downtrend again and break below the $700 area, then I see this staying within that $700 to $650-ish area. So tomorrow and Tuesday is going to be very, very big for Tesla based on where we're trading, for me at least, where I'm looking at with these channels. It may sound like stupid that you're just looking at this through the channel perspective, but based on what people see this as, Tesla seems to run up and break out. And when it breaks out, last time we broke out of the 710 area, we ran right up to literally 750. So this is the type of opportunity you get when you want to get into options type plays, when you do those quick day trades with Tesla. Get in, get out, take your profits, and run. But also, I'm long-term in Tesla, so you can look at it that way too. But Tesla in the short term, that's why I believe in it. I think if we can break above 710, I think there's a lot of upside with Tesla. But again, if we can't hold that $700 area and tomorrow's a red day and we start going down again, I think we'll be holding in this channel for a little bit longer. But I think we'll be fine in the long term. It was a nice day on Friday though. Wish I took a good trade on that one. I wish I did. Didn't get the opportunity on that. 5-minute chart. Look at this clean run up. Clean. You would have bought in at confirmation, sold out at validation. You would have made basically $30 on one share. Throw like 20, 30 shares in there. Pfft. Crazy. Or doing an options play. So there's opportunities out there, guys. There is opportunities in this market. You just got to find them. They're not as easy as they were a couple months ago. I'm not going to lie. The opportunities are not as easy. But speaking of opportunities and speaking of this market, let's check out the Dow. The Dow is up 103 points for futures. The NASDAQ is up 38 points. The S&P 500 is up 13 points. So overall, we're still looking green for tomorrow. Pre-market movers. Nothing too interesting. No big names that I'm too interested in just yet, but yeah. How about PLTR with earnings coming up? Nothing can save this company, I swear. No. I like PLTR. I think if you're going to get into it, you just got to be able to hold through dips and choppiness during this market. I think earnings for PLTR will be good. But what is it going to do to this stock? I don't know. I think they're going to report good earnings. It just could cause another beatdown with this stock because it seems to get beaten down on everything good for the company. So this could be good news that ends up being bad for the stock, or it could be good news that ends up good for the stock. Either way, I think they're going to report decent earnings, and I think that the stock's going to definitely sway one way or the other based on those earnings. That's what I see it as. But really, how much downside do we have? I mean, I think this I want to say $21, $22 area is a nice area of support. And really, if we can get a good earnings and a pop up to the upside, we can maybe break out of this damn channel that is just so like squeezed up. We have like a triangle here, maybe too. I don't even know what's going on here. Maybe not. Maybe not necessarily, but we're trading in something weird right here. Yeah, so it's looking weird. I think this $22 area is an interesting area, so we'll probably test it around that $22 area on earnings, and based on earnings, it could go one way or the other, but I think it's going to be probably to the downside based on what it's looking like now, but which is sad because it's a solid company, and I think long-term you're good with it, but short-term you're going to have to hold through some dips. What else are you guys looking at? You guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything? Sound like a teacher. Any questions, comments, concerns? We still have one viewer on the YouTube channel. Hey, not a problem. I appreciate you asking about PLTR. Not many people talk about this one too much anymore. Because you either have those who are just bag holding because they're just stuck in it, or you have those that just despise the company because they have to take a loss in it. It's definitely a choppy one for sure. It's not a clean mover. But yeah, not a problem. What should a person do when you give support and resistance numbers? I feel bad I didn't answer that question. I'm hoping you're still staying in, you're still on YouTube. So when I give support and resistance numbers, basically I look for areas of breakout. So a support area, let's take HRTG for example. This one is one that I'm highly considering taking a position tomorrow at open. And based on what it looks like for the past couple months and how it trades, a support area for this would be this 890 area, and a resistance would be 940. So when something hits resistance, that means it can't break through, and when something can't break through, that means it may get rejected. But if it can break through resistance, then it turns into new support. So past resistance is new support. So 940 resistance right now, if we can break through that $9.40 and go up to the upside, then that turns into new support, and as long as it can hold above it, it's support. So it's an interesting area. So 940, I'd like to see it break back above this area, And if it can break through and hold that 940, then I like for it to continue on upward and continue an upward direction trend. And from there on, I see that as that being a new support. So resistance support areas are very interesting and very, very good to know, because this support area right here of 890, if it goes below 890, I'm just going to sell my position. I don't want to take any more of a loss. I think 30 cents a downside is, you know what, that's a small enough downside to where I'm willing to take that risk. I'm confident in this position, and based on how it trades in the past, I'm willing to leave my capital in there to take a position in this trade. So I think with HRTG, I think you could take a nice entry over 940, and with the amount of downside potential versus upside potential, I think it's a risk I'm willing to take. A risk. Oh sweet, you are here. Okay, yeah, so hopefully you got my little spiel on support and resistance. Having support and resistance is very important, because support is somewhere where it touches and bounces off of. So it tends to bounce off this area 3 times. And because of that, I'm looking for it to bounce in this area, not even tomorrow and go straight back up, but over time, it'll consolidate right through here. See this consolidation point, and it'll bounce up to the upside. See this right here, consolidation point, drop down, bounce to the upside, and bounce up. And easily within a couple trading sessions, you can make X amount of money off of these bounces. X amount of money off these bounces. So I'm looking for it to consolidate down here by this support area, bounce up to the upside. Let's look at another one that FSM is another support area one where it bounced these 2 times right here, bounced up, bounced here, and I'm waiting for it to bounce. But if we can't hold this $6 area and fall to the downside, then this support is now going to be new resistance, and we may never test this area again. And once we do, if it can't hold above it, then it's still resistance. So support and resistance is very, very key. But I mean, if you gave 5 different support and resistance numbers for 5 different stocks, what would you do in your brokerage account? Set up alerts? Yeah. So right now, I mean, I have on HRTG, let me make this bigger for you here. Is that, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna make this bigger for you here. So this is my 180-day chart of HRTG. Basically what I'm looking at here is right here is one area of bouncing of support. Right here, it touches 1, 2, 3, 4 times the support, and right here, it's touching currently. So what I did is I drew this line of support right here, and I put a line of support as an alert for this possible low point. So if it drops here, it's going to automatically take me out of a position I have it set for. Right here, if it gets above this point, it's automatically going to enter me into a position. Now, that's how I have it set as, because I wanted to just enter and exit into the position at those prices if it happens to do so. But I can move this up as it goes up. So as the stock goes up, I can increase my stop, so eventually I can stop out with whatever gains I get. But this could also be just an alert. So if it hits this price, I can just set it as alert. So, okay, it tells me, hey, the stock is at this price, so do you want to enter in the position? And eventually I can just look through and enter the position if I need be. So if those of you on TikTok, I'm just going through and telling somebody on YouTube that's watching my stream and seeing my charts, how support and resistance works and how my alerts are set up. So right now I have these alerts. So tomorrow when the stock price opens, if it touches this $9.40 area, which I see as resistance, boom, 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 which then acted as support when it broke through, I'd like to see it break through. And once it breaks through, because every time it broke through, it ran up. And once it ran up, then that's an easy money position. So we take a position when it breaks through. So tomorrow when it breaks through 940, boom, I'll get an alert on my phone, and boom, I'll take a position with this stock. And I'll probably move up my stop loss. It's $9 or wherever I may put it. And as the stock goes up, I move up my stop loss. So that's how resistance and support kind of works on different stocks with setting up alerts and how that all kind of goes together. And for those of you on TikTok, if you guys are interested, you can join my Discord or follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Both those links are in my description of my bio. I do a morning watch list on my Discord server, so if you're interested in that, but it's up to you. Also, if you guys have any questions, just comment them down below. Any stocks you want me to go over, anything at all, just comment them down below. But for you on YouTube, did that kind of answer your question maybe? Hopefully it did. Support and resistance is a little tricky to figure out, and it's not always perfect. For someone, when I started, when I was new, I was like, wait a minute, why did this candle drop below here? Does that mean this is no longer support and resistance? Well, it's not always perfect. A stock is not always trading perfectly. This right here is pretty damn perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that hit exactly on this line and bounced. And when it broke back above this resistance right here of 940, it bounced up and created higher highs and ran up all the way to 12 bucks. So I'm looking for this to do the same, where it comes up to this area, may sit here for a little while, and then when it breaks out, it will break out above 940, and I'll already have the position in at 940, and then we'll keep going to the upside. So what other ones can I do that with? Plug. I'm also looking at plug with this channel. So I drew a channel right here. This is a clear channel. It's trading between this resistance line and this support line, okay? So this is a support, and when it comes down to this area, it bounces, 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 and now it's trading higher. So we are at the top end of our support resistance channel. So now it hits the resistance and bounces down. Hits the resistance, bounces down. Hits resistance here, bounces down. This is a clear channel of support and resistance. It's just very easy to follow once you start following it. And so this is the example, I would say, entry above $30. Once it breaks above $30, bounces up above it, and can hold above it, then I like this position. But until it gets above it, I don't like the position. But once it does get above it, I like it. Because look at here. If I would have taken a position here, I was like, oh, cool, it's over it. Hasn't held above it. A whole candle has not held above it. Because of that, it fell back down to the downside and tested a new area of support. But next time that it does test an area of resistance and breaks over that, then I'm more interested in the position of the stock. But until then, I'm not. And that's because of the fact that it can't break through resistance. Wow. That was a lot. Hopefully that made sense to you, viewer, on there on YouTube. And for anybody else that is interested in that, you can go to YouTube and check me out, what I'm doing on there. I'm just talking about support and resistance. Thank you, I understand support and resistance, but it's confusing exactly where to place a potential purchase. Okay, so I see. So with support and resistance, if I were to take a position, I would look to take a position when it breaks over this resistance line right here. Now, you could also play it at the support line. So that's where it gets a little confusing. So let's start right here and talk about support. When something bounces off support, that means that it's a good buy point. So when it bounced right here, you could have technically bought here at this candle and sold up here at this candle. Would have been a small jump, but technically that would have worked. Same thing with here. You would have bought into this support, it bounced, you would have made a small profit here. Looking long term though, over multiple days, if you would have bought somewhere down here and sold somewhere up here, it would have worked out because you bought at support and sold near resistance. So, but in this scenario, that would have worked. But you could also wait for it to break above resistance and then keep running up. So, for instance, what do I have written out as... Oh, let's just go over Tesla. Tesla's a good one. The way it's set up. Okay, so this is a lot of lines of support and resistance, but look at this for me real quick. So, Tesla was trading... Oh, let me close this here. Tesla was trading inside this channel right here. Resistance, support. Resistance, support. Tesla was trading inside of this. Now, when Tesla started to test this resistance area right here, you see how this candle just surged up? It broke out and finished higher. So if I would have taken a position when it broke over here, took in a position and rode all the way up, then I could have sold out when it broke above this resistance area. So I could have bought in here at support, which was previous resistance, and then sold out here at new resistance. Can you explain how you would have traded Amazon last week? Yeah, let's go over Amazon. Oh, for you, those two, you and TikTok, if you're interested, go over to the YouTube channel. You can see what my charts look like. Okay, so Amazon, how I would have traded last week would have been exactly like this. I have two alerts set here, but they already went off, so I can get rid of these. I don't need these anymore. Okay, so Amazon, for example, let's draw this out for you. Okay, so I like that. This one's a little bit trickier, but it would have happened. So, oops, did that? Yeah, it did work. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. Roughly that. Technically, that would have been high right there. That's a tall wick. And boom, 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 boom. Okay, so you can see here that when Amazon last week was trading inside of this channel, it tested resistance here once and tested resistance here twice and got beaten down and could not break through. Now, this area of support was tested once, twice, 3 times, and technically almost a fourth, and bounced every time. So if we would have bought in at the bounce at any one of these and hold, and just kept on holding because we never got out of the position because it never broke below, if we would have kept on holding and bought in anywhere down here, we could have easily held and held and held, and we could keep on holding technically because we never broke down below this line here. We bought at this support, we broke out through resistance, and we're still holding because we're holding above resistance. We're still holding. Now, we would have sold that if we would have broke below this, but we didn't. So we kept on trading, and we kept on trading higher. So we technically could be in a position still, or we could have taken gains along the way, or however we could have traded it. So Amazon, a perfect entry would have been anywhere down here at these candles. Anywhere at the bottom of this support. You would have bought in, you would have let it ride, and then look at that. We would have broke out of resistance. Now you really would have held your position because now this resistance is now support because it bounces. See, bounce, 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 and bounce up to the upside. So now we're really in the position. We go, and we go, we go, and we keep on holding. Now, technically, if I would have taken this, I would have bought in somewhere down here. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. I would have sold some out here, okay? I always sell near resistance. No matter if it looks like it's going to break out or not, I always take my profits at resistance. Why? Because resistance can quickly turn around, and the next candle could have fell right back down. So take profits at resistance, not all, take some, okay? Once you take some, let the rest ride. It's all free money from there. It's all free gains. Let the rest ride. So when you're doing resistance and support areas, take some out at resistance and let the rest of your money ride, man. And that is how resistance and support kind of works with Amazon or any stock. Guys, on TikTok, if you have any questions, any stocks you want me to go over at all, we have a lot of stocks we're going to be watching this week, a lot of stuff to go over. We are freaking cruising through this now. We're about an hour and a half in, or an hour and 15 minutes in. That was a lot of talking. Hopefully that made sense on YouTube. Somewhat made sense, right? Hopefully. I need a coffee after this. I am tired. This lemonade is not doing me good enough. Hey, for you guys on TikTok, what's going on? Any stocks or anything? No one's been talking. What's going on? I want stocks to be thrown at me. Give me some tickers. Any stock you're thinking of, any stock that's in your mind right now, like, shout it out to me. On YouTube, if you have any stocks you want me to go over, shout it out. We're going through with this right now. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We have stuff going on. I know you guys have many questions. I know finance questions, anything at all. ChargePoint. We like CHPT. ChargePoint. That is going to be a long-term winner in my opinion. And right now, this has been beaten down overly dramatically, way too much, in my opinion. After it went through with the SBE switchback, I think it was, or something like that, SPAC play, it went through and it got beaten down. We have nice support around that $20 area. So for you on YouTube watching about support and resistance, support, I would call it around this $20 area. Let me back up here. So support around $20 area, and right now at $25, that's a decent deal. Could we see it back down to $20? I think so personally. I think ChargePoint will probably pull back down again, but they're getting funded by the government. This stock is going to be going to the moon eventually, guys. This stock right here, ChargePoint, is a name that you're going to be hearing. Your neighbor down the street is going to be going to the ChargePoint to go fill up his Tesla or his electric vehicle, and that's what you're going to be hearing. In 5-10 years from now, you're going to be hearing that so much, and ChargePoint, you're going to be seeing it at your local charging stations, okay? So ChargePoint is a name that you want to hold if you're trying to get into the charging station EV sector. This is the best name to be holding right now, in my opinion. So that's what I'm looking at for ChargePoint. That's how I see it as. I see this as a long-term buy at this price. I think 25 bucks is a steal. I think anywhere down near the support is a steal. Just keep watching the short term because you're gonna have your money in there. It's no guarantee that you're gonna get 1,000% gains within the next couple weeks. But long-term, guys, long-term, think about it. Long-term, ChargePoint is a winner within this sector. So CHPT is a winner in my opinion. DMGI and DMGI, yeah. And then, yeah, we can talk about which ones I'm YOLOing this week. Oh, we already know we got to talk about Doge later this week. I don't know about DMGI. I'm not getting anything for that one. Maybe you typed in the ticker wrong. I don't have anything for DMGI. Sorry about that. Good example, thank you. What are the numbers of your buy points? CH for ChargePoint? For ChargePoint, I would look to buy, well, I mean, technically right now is not a bad buy, but I'm looking long-term at this. I don't want to take a short-term trade. This could easily go back down to $20, and this could easily take off to $35, but I don't see it doing anything crazy where I'd want to take profits. So I'm letting my money sit in this, as this is a long-term play, in my opinion, for ChargePoint. So at $25, look it, you have Look at this chart real quick. You have this much of upside. From $25 to previous resistance, you have about 30% of upside. To previous support, you have about 21% of downside. So really, you're about break even. You're about 50-50. You don't have too much of upside versus downside. So yes, you could take a small position here, add about 5 or 10 shares. If you're trying to get a total of 30 shares, add about 5 or 10 here, 5 or 10 on the next step, 5 or 10 on the next step until you get your 30 shares. If you're trying to get 100 shares, add 20 or 30 shares here, 20 or 30 the next dip. Keep it going. That's how we do it. That's how we add shares. That's how we average down, and we don't throw all of our shares all in at once, because if it continues to dip, we want to be able to average down with the extra capital that we have. DMGI is a Canadian stock. That is might be why that it's not popping up on my broker. Let me check another broker that I have. And then I can check that out for you. What am I trying to YOLO on Monday? I mean, I'm not trying to YOLO much, but I am trying to get in a couple of those stocks that I was looking at on my recent TikTok. HRTG, I think it's a cheap stock right now, trading near support. FSM is another stock that's trading near support, the $6 area. Check out my recent TikTok. Those are not really YOLO plays, but they're decent plays where they have a lot of upside to them. My YOLO plays, if you want to check out my day trading stocks, the ones that are going to pump up like 60, 70, 100% in the morning, join my Discord server and get my morning watch list. It's completely free. Just check out my morning watch list. I put them on there, and they're the top movers in the morning. So I go through my scanner that I have, go through all the stocks, check out the catalyst, check out how much it's moving in the morning, and I put those on my watch list for you guys. Those are the stocks that I want you guys to watch out for, because those are the ones that blow up. Those are the ones that are like VXRT, that are literally blowing up, guys. VXRT was at $6 just a couple trading sessions ago. It is now at $12. VXRT is one that I'm watching for. That's a YOLO play right there. That is definitely a YOLO play that is being short squeezed like crazy. That is one that's probably in my watch list tomorrow, depending on how it trades in the morning. So VXRT is your answer to that question, I guess. My Canadian stock, how are we doing? DMGI. Oh, I found it. Is it a crypto? Or is it a stock? Is it at $1.16 right now? For DMGI. Is it at $1.16? But yeah, to answer your YOLO question, yeah, VXRT. That's a YOLO one right now. That one, I mean, it's up 17% on Friday. Not a bad jump. And not like any of our old NFT plays, but... Oh, okay, so VXRT, yeah. Or not VXRT. It's for DMGI. Yeah, so our Canadian stock... I love Canada, by the way. But yeah, DMGI, I'm looking at, yeah, so this dollar, like, hold on, I gotta move this out of the way. What is this? Basically, a dollar looks like good, decent support right now. $1.10 looks like he's decent support, so we're trading near support. Based on how this chart looks, it looks like it's continuing to downtrend. I haven't seen a reversal yet, and I think if we can break back above $1.30, then this looks interesting. $1.30, I wanted to see it break back over. Once we get over $1.30, I would take a small position in it. Small. Once we continue to go over that, or if we dip back down, I would add or minimize your position based on that. But DMGI, look for a break back over $1.30 before entering with strong momentum to the upside. Once we can break above that and keep on moving to the upside, then I see this one going back up to your $3 price target for sure, as long as we have the continued momentum. Based on this chart, this is a nice healthy pullback as of now. But again, if we break through down to $1 and below, this doesn't look good for the company. This doesn't look good for the stock, and I would not want to be in a position, so completely get out, and I would stop loss at that dollar mark for sure. Yeah, not a problem, my man. Hope that was helpful. But yeah, what do we got else, guys? What else we got going on? I need coffee. I need coffee. My hair is irritating me right now. I need some coffee right now. What else are we looking at? How's my TikTok doing? Tends to do better when I'm live, but nothing really special. My YouTube videos. Oh wait, how's my YouTuber doing? Oh, okay. Definitely low. Symbol low. What would you buy points have been for Amazon? Yeah, we can go over ticker symbol low real quick, and then. Oh, Afria, ticker symbol APHA. Yeah, let's go for that one too. Lowe's. Okay, I like Lowe's. we're looking here. Let me pull this up for you so you can see. Big full chart. Lowe's has been a strong mover the past couple months, past couple weeks, I should say. Basically, from the beginning of March up until now, we've had strong movement from Lowe's, Home Depot. A lot of our hardware companies have been doing very, very well. This is, okay, perfect example right here. And we are looking like we're testing that area. So let's draw our line of support, which is right around here. Okay. And let's draw a little line of resistance, which probably wouldn't be... here's another line of support. And resistance... what is this, 200? I would even call it 200. Yeah, 200 is probably a better area. Always look for even numbers for resistance and support. But okay, so resistance and support for my dude on YouTube for Lowe's. We're looking at right now, this is a support area, and this is a support area. Right now, we're trading right here. So if we drop down to this area and we can bounce and bounce, then I like this as an entry. We got to build a bounce. We got to build a bounce. If we can break through here, that shows we're even a stronger upward pattern. But we got to build a bounce here. We got to break through this resistance to get back up to the upside. This could keep on downtrending and break below here. We could keep downtrending, break below here, and then we could keep downtrending. Even this is our 180 SMA line. So technically, we could drop all the way back down to 184 bucks, without any question at all. Just based on how we're trading right now. But just looking at this. Right now, we're trading near the support area, which was, see, look how it tested, broke through. Tested, broke through. Tested, and then broke through this candle. So you can see where I drew these lines. They're interesting areas of breakout points. Every single time that the stock broke through this area, it was a breakout point. This could be another one. Look at this. Boom, right here. Ooh, whoa. 186, perfect area. Even numbers, like I say all the time, even numbers is what gets support and resistance areas. Resistance and support would be right here, as this would be a support now because we're above it, and because if it came back down to this area, we could test this area right here, and we could possibly bounce above it. We also have this SMA line, which would bounce above it. So we have a lot of different areas of support, but if we break through them, they now turn into resistance. So this was support, now it's resistance. This is support, but if we break below it, it'll be resistance. So down here, this is support, but if we break below it, it's resistance. So my buy points were here. I'd watch for it to bounce either here, or here, or here. Wherever it seems to bounce and looks like we have more upside to, and we start growing in candle sizes, and we start having stronger volume and stronger upward momentum, we're still trading low on our RSI. So you got to look at many other factors. We got to look at the volume, the RSI. We got to look at the different indicators. We got to look at the different lines. There's a lot to take into consideration. But support and resistance is only one of those considerations that we take. Only those one key factors we take into consideration. There's so many other factors. But yeah, let's look at Aphria. Hopefully that made sense in Lowe's. Oh, my throat. Aphria. This is a cannabis play stock that I like having in my portfolio. Same thing with Tilray. I think they're both solid names that you can have in your portfolio. Yes, they've been beaten down. Yes, they were definitely overhyped there for a little while. But where we're trading right now, if we draw out some areas here, I like this support area around 13 bucks for sure. Looks like we tested it a couple times here, and we bounced. We're in an overall upward pattern right now. I think your next area to worry about is $16, $17. If we could break through $16, $17 and bounce up to the upside, we're looking strong right now. But again, we did have a little bit of a run up over the past couple sessions, and this could be just a short-term bounce to just create lower lows. So Aphria long-term, I love the company. I like Aphria long-term. But short-term, just keep watch for it to keep on bouncing upward, or if it tests this area, to drop downward. My guy on YouTube, if you're interested, you can join our, well, you can click the, my latest video has my Discord and my TikTok on there, so you can follow me on both of those if you're interested. You can also join my Discord and ask me any questions, check out my daily watch list on there, whatever you want to do. I mean, if you're interested in kind of what I have going on, you can also follow me and subscribe to my channel, whatever you got going on. But yeah, we can do that. My buy points for Amazon, I just saw that. I think that would have been back here. I think I already talked about that. I'm not sure. Did I answer that question before? I don't know. Oops. What is pre-market doing? Wow, everything's taken off. The Dow is up 140 points, the S&P is up 17 points, and the Nasdaq's up 45 points. Futures are looking strong, guys. Futures are looking strong, and that's what I like to see. Who do we got in here? Okay. We just got 3 of you in here. But guys, if you have any questions, any stocks you want me to go over, anything at all, just drop them down below. We'll keep grinding through this, boys. We will keep grinding through. How close to the top would you have sold? On what stock? For Amazon? Are you talking about Amazon for when I would have sold? If I would have played Amazon as a trade, I'm assuming, do you want Amazon or do you want, what was I just talking about? Tilray, I think it was, or something. I don't know. If you want me to talk about Amazon, I can go through that one real quick with where I would have sold. And then for those of you in the server, on the TikTok, if you have any questions, I feel bad. You guys are just kind of chilling here right now. You can drop down below any comments, any questions, any concerns, any just stock tickers you want me to go over. But for you on YouTube, you talking about Amazon? What other stocks are we looking at here? Tomorrow, DMGI. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's the Canadian one. Oh, I screwed that up. I typed that in there. HRTG, FSM, and Planet 13 are those stocks I'm looking at for tomorrow. We got some clean energy, green tech stocks like Gevo, Plug Power, SunW, and FCell. VXRT has been a previous runner the past couple sessions. So with VXRT, let's watch tomorrow morning. If you're not in the Discord already, click the link in my bio and join my Discord. VXRT is one that I'm watching right now. It's been one that's been... No data. This stream will end shortly unless you restart. Oh boy. Peloton. Let's go over Peloton. $100 support area on Peloton. I like the odds of this doing well for earnings. Yeah, you may think of this as one of those that, with it doing so well during COVID, how is it going to perform as well because everything's reopening? I think this is a solid company, and I think this is definitely one of the leaders within its sector. So, saying what the heck? I have no idea what that is. I gamble stocks. What the hell did you just comment? On a different note, Peloton support area around $100. I think there's upside to about 120 area of resistance on this one. You didn't give me point numbers before for Amazon. Oh, okay, so you want Amazon. Yeah. Okay, so Amazon, I mean, the exact entry and exit I would have done, if I would have been able to do this, I would have entered at one of these numbers, so at $3,300, I would have entered somewhere down here because it tested 4 times. I would have taken off about probably half of my position at $3,415-ish, $420. I would have let the rest of the position slide, and I probably would have sold out somewhere in here at 3,500 because of the fact that I didn't want to hold through earnings. So if I'm going to play through earnings, I'm going to sell it before earnings. So those are the exact points that I would have bought and sold Amazon at. So I would have bought down here, sold half here, and probably sold the rest up here. For Lowe's, okay, yeah, Lowe's. So Lowe's, I talked about before, just buying at those support. Oh, it's low. Buying at those support areas. So I mean, it depends. If you're trying to get a trade off of this, I would watch for it to bounce here at $195. $195 is an area of support. If it bounces here on tomorrow or Tuesday, there you go. You take an entry here and you ride it up to resistance, or even further up past resistance if it can break through. How close to the top would you have sold? I mean, if I would have taken entry like back here, I mean, that's kind of a hard question because I don't know where my entry would have been. For the future lows, if I would have taken entry in short term, I would enter somewhere down here if it seems to be bouncing, and exit some here, and then somewhere up in this range around $200 plus. But I would definitely take some off the resistance, $200. But if it keeps on downtrending, I'd wait and take a position down here. It's a stock, lol. Saint, are you just giving me CDIM? Oh wow. Is it CIDM? I'm assuming is the ticker symbol. That's an interesting one. But yeah, for lows, you were looking at lows. Yeah, but for lows, yeah. I mean, like I said, like if I would have taken an entry somewhere in here at $185, I would have taken out some probably in here because it started consolidating. I would have probably taken out some up here because it ran up so much, and then I probably would have taken out most of my position before it got this high, unless I would have perfected it, but it's kind of hard to. But I'm saying now if I were to take a lows position, I would definitely look for it to bounce here, and then bounce. Okay, I'll go over CIDM. That's funny. CIDM, I was just looking at that one. I'll go over that. And then I would add more here if it continued to bounce or continue to drop down around 192, 195. There's areas of support. So I'll look at these areas, but if it bounces, I would look to ride the position up. $200 takes them off, and $200 plus takes some more off. That's with lows. CIDM, as you say. This is a good one to trade off of, my man. This is one that I would join the Discord server and watch for, because if I start to see this one run, starts to show up on my scanner, seems to, I mean, the past 180 days, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, little one, multiple times where this ran up. So I see what you're looking at. I see where you gamble stocks at. I would gamble with this one too. I like this area of 140. It's definitely, we're testing an area of support right now. But this isn't one that I'm looking at those type of fundamentals. I like the day chart on this. I'd like to see it run up on the day. Low volume right now, so keep that in mind. Actually, no, it actually has decent volume. Not too bad. A lot more than I thought I had. So CIDM, yeah. I mean, there's opportunities here for sure. I'm probably gonna put this on the watch list because this one ran up here from $1.35 to $1.60 last week. So, you know what? CIDM, let's put that on a watch list. Let's keep watch for that. That's a good call out, my man. Appreciate that one. CIDM. I don't normally follow these too much of the penny stock type plays, but this one has a previous past of running up multiple times, giving us good ideal positions to enter and exit into. Looks like a strong mover. You still currently own a lows. Okay, I'll go over that one. So I'd look to stay watching this one for sure. Keep it on the watch list, and I'll be doing the same because this one tends to run up, and when it does, there's opportunity to be made with this one, so we can make some quick cash on CIDM. I like this one. Good call out. I don't think I might have heard this one before, but I've not been following it recently. There's opportunities here, my man. Good call out. So lows, you're still in that position. How long term are you looking? That's the real question here. Honestly, I would, depends on your entry too. Where's your entry and how long? Those are my two questions really to ask you. And then I can give you kind of a decent place where maybe you should exit. No, I just spit. That's disgusting. CIDM, your long lost lover. But yeah, if you tell me your lows entry point and your outlook on it, whether you think you want to trade it just short term or invest into a long term, I can tell you exactly what I would do in that situation. But again, that's only my personal opinion on it. Please don't take any of this into consideration of what you should be doing. Besides investing every single penny you have into CIDM, because this is such a sexy setup. I mean, there's so many opportunities here. There's a lot of good opportunities. I see what you're looking at. You got a good eye for some of this stuff. What other stocks you got? Anyone, just comment some stocks down below, guys. Let's try to make stock trading fun for those of you who are, I mean, you probably find it pretty fun, especially if you're watching some dude talk about stocks on the internet. I mean, you must find it somewhat interesting, at least. I like CIDM. I like the looks of this. I mean, we just gotta wait for that news. We gotta wait for that catalyst or some sort of run up within the sector for it to keep on going. I don't even know what this is. Digital content. Okay. Kids TV shows, cartoons channel. This reminds me of an old friend. What's that other stock? What's the old one that used to run up? What is it? Oh no, I sound stupid. It's a stock that has to do with like cartoons and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. It was like a cheap stock, like a penny stock. Genus, G-N-U-S. Thank you for that. Oh, Yes, Genus. I had a beautiful trade last summer with that. That's what really got me going into stock trading was Genus. I know it sounds really dumb, but that's when I really started getting into a lot of these penny stock plays. Was when Genus was starting to pop up last summer. And yeah, wow, ran up to 1173. Yep, Genus was a solid play. Ran up again a couple months ago. Looks like a month ago, 2 months ago. Genus, solid mover. Lots of opportunities there. Oh god. Now just you and me. We had a little bit of a spurt of people there for a minute. A couple people joined, but my YouTube people, how you doing on there? You have any questions? We have 2 viewers that shows. If you have any good questions or anything you want me to go over, any stocks, I'm probably gonna end the stream fairly soon. I've been doing this for about 2 hours now. It's a long stream for me, so I may actually take a break real quick. I'll probably just head to the restroom real quick, and I'll probably be right back, actually. If you guys want to stay in here, give me like 2 or 3 minutes, not even, and I'll be back. It's 9 o'clock, so we'll have a new wave of people maybe coming on, but I'll be right back. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can drop down below, and then I'll be back to answer them. If not, and you're going to leave, join the Discord, follow me, click the link in my bio and everything like that. You can join my Discord, you can join my YouTube, follow me on my TikTok, everything like that. I'll be right back, guys. I'm around 186 was holding. Oh wow, long time. $186 on lows. Interesting. Okay, I'm probably gonna end the Discord call here. I know there's still one more person in the live YouTube chat, and Discord on TikTok is over with, so I'm gonna end that here. And I'm gonna end the Discord or the YouTube live stream as well. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Wes, do you have anything to say?
Good night, people. Good night, George Washington.
Okay.
Is George Washington on there?
No, hold on. I haven't edited it yet. I gotta do this.